power? It's 1. What is 100 to the 0 power? 1. What is x to the 0 power? It's 1. What if I take 576 x squared y z to the 5th and I raise it all to the 0? Does it matter what's in here? If I'm raising it all to the 0 power, it's 1. So that's one thing you need to remember. Anything to the 0 power is 1. The other thing we're going to do today, and this also doesn't really make sense. Remember this right here. 2 to the 4th is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Well, that really doesn't make sense. How can I multiply a number by itself a negative number of times? Doesn't make sense, right? So here's what you need to do for a negative exponent. If you have a negative exponent, you're going to move that to the denominator and make the exponent positive. To get rid of the negative exponent, you move it to the denominator and make it positive exponent. So now we're going to have 1 over 2 to the 4th. We can do that now, right? It's 1 over 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Right? So if I give you 5 to the negative 2, what do you do to get rid of the negative? Bring it down. Make it 1 over 5 to the positive 2. Now you can do this, right? That's just 1 over 5 times 5, which is 1 over 25. I have one more thing for you. What if I start off with this? What if the negative 2 exponent is in the denominator? Then what will you do? Yeah, you're going to move it up to the numerator and make it 5 to the positive 2, which is 5 times 5, which is 25. So if the negative exponent is on top, you're going to bring it to the bottom and make it positive exponent. If the negative exponent is already on the bottom, then you're going to put it in the numerator and make it positive. So we're going to use that today. We're going to use that today, along with some of the stuff that we already know, to simplify. To simplify. Woohoo! So, what are we going to simplify? What are we going to simplify? What are we going to simplify? Well, that might not be enough room. Oh, what else else do we have? What else we got, Donahue? No clue? I barely have a clue. What else we got? I guess that might be good. I guess that's pretty good. I guess that's pretty good. So, let's see, where should we start? How about this one? Remember, there's a difference between this -2 and this whole thing to the -2, right? This one, what does that -2 go with? It goes with only the x, right? Since it's not in parentheses. What do you do if it's a negative? You move it to the bottom and make it positive. What should we do with the 3? Nothing. We should leave it alone up in the top, right? So that one, only the x goes down. This one, remember when you have an exponent outside, that exponent goes with both of those, doesn't it? So this actually means 3 to the -2 and a to the -2, right? Because it's in parentheses, it goes with both of those. This one is not in parentheses, so the exponent only goes with the x, not the 3. Make sense? And so now, how do you get rid of a negative exponent in the numerator? You bring it to the bottom and make it positive in the denominator. This one's also negative. Bring it down and make it positive, right? And now, one last thing, you could simplify this. What is 3 squared down there? 9. 8. Yes? How about this one? Only that one is a negative exponent. So we're going to leave these upstairs. We're going to leave those upstairs. And we're going to move this one down because it's negative, right? So we'll move it down and change the exponent to positive. Now what? What happens to a to the 5th over a to the 5th? They cancel, right? Anything over itself is 1. What is 2 times 1? It's just 2. It's just 2. Are we good so far? Any questions so far? How about this one? You know the rule that says do what's in parentheses first. What is 3 times 4? (12 to the -2). How do you make it? How do you get rid of the negative exponent? Bring it to the bottom and make it a positive 2. What is 12 squared? Are we good so far? Are we good so far? Anybody with questions so far? Do you think anyone has questions so far?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Oh boy, here's a negative in the bottom. That one's not negative. I'm going to leave that one alone. By the way, what do we assume is the exponent on that one up there? What do we assume is the exponent on that? 1 up there. 1! Yes, we assume this is a 1. It's a positive 1, so we'll leave that one alone. That one is negative. What do you do if it's negative in the bottom? Just go like this, everyone. Oh, thank you. Nobody did that. I said go like this, everyone. Come on, go like this, everyone. Are you dying, Bishop? 2 days in a row is killing us. Whew. So this is negative in the bottom. We're going to bring it up and make it a positive. Oh no. Now what do? I got 5 to the first times 5 to the third. What do you do to those exponents? This is a 5. That's a 5 times 5 times 5. I'm multiplying those all together. What do I get then? 5 to the fourth. I don't know what that is. You can figure that out, 5 to the fourth. It's 25 times 25. Is that 625, maybe? I think it is. I think it is. Are we good so far? How about this one right here? Do you see how we added up those exponents? Guess what we do right here? You don't need to move this to the bottom right away. You could if you want, but add up the exponents. What's 7 and negative 2? Sorry, what's 4 and negative 2? Add them up. 4 minus 2 is? So really this is just 7 to the second, which is 49. If you want to move it to the bottom, you could. If you want to make it 7 to the fourth and move this one to the there. Now if one's on top and one's on bottom, we subtract them, right? What's 4 take away 2? Get the same answer. So for these, there might be more than one way to get the answer. But if you do it correctly, we should all get the same answer. Now this one. Do you remember what we did when we had a power raised to another power? Say that again? Yes, we multiplied them. We multiplied. So even though these are negative, what is negative 1 times negative 3? Positive 3. So you don't even need to be moving anything. If you multiply those, you get a positive 3. So I would multiply those right away before I start moving anything, right? Same thing with this one. Well, we sort of have, remember it goes with both of those. So I'm going to have a 3 to the second. And in x to the, I multiply those. What's negative 1 times 2? Negative 2. So now that's a negative. We need to move that to the bottom, right? What's 3 squared? So it looks like I would have a 9 over x squared. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Do we think we have any questions? Are there any questions? Does anyone have a question? Oh, look, we have plenty of time. Let's go. Page 333. One to 27, the odds. And then I would like you to do 35, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 to 44. They go fast. And one thing, like many of these, you're not going to have a whole lot of work. Like this one, there is no work, right? So they shouldn't take you that long, even though it looks like it might be several. They shouldn't take you that long. So, did I ask if there was questions? Are there any questions? Does anyone have a question? Anyone? Anyone? No one has a question. I'll move this up here so I don't sit in your face.